What is going on, Aiden Nation? Welcome back to Dapp Central. My name is Fareed. I'm your host here, and in today's video, I've got some quick updates here when it comes to Cardano news. So the first topic I want to talk to you guys about is going to be Future Fest, which is a virtual event that just took place in the metaverse, hosted by the Veggiemates NFT project. Second, I want to talk to you guys about Genius Yield and the fact that they've now added a third token supported within their staking platform. And then following that, I want to touch on NMKR or NMKR, which has adopted a few updates, including support for DJED, a blacklisting feature, and a few more updates. In closing of today's video, I want to touch on NFT activity on the EVM networks and compare that to what we've seen within Cardano. As always, if it's your first time stopping by here on the channel, my goal is to provide you guys in the community with the latest news, tutorials, and reviews. If you want to support me on my mission to educate the broader Cardano community, then consider delegating with the official Dapp Central stake pool, which is stake pool ticker DAPP. Now, before I jump into this very first topic here, I just want to take a second here just to say thank you to all of the supporters here on the channel. We're now closing in on 4,000 subscribers, and I would have never thought that we'd actually make it this far. That said, I've been really doing my best here to answer all of the comments that I'm getting on the channel, but it is getting to the point now where it is becoming a little bit overwhelming. So I appreciate all the support here, guys. Continue to comment down below. I just ask that you guys be a little bit patient with me in terms of responding to comments, given how many are now coming in, and with my growing workload outside of the actual YouTube channel, now supporting the Infinity Pools project and just a few other things that I've got going on here in my personal life. So again, thank you all for the support. I really do appreciate it. All the comments that you guys leave down there, I do check them, and I literally just spent the last 2 hours alone responding to all my comments. So I'm not caught up, but over the course of the next few weeks, those will kind of build back up, and I'll take some time again to kind of go through them over and over again. So thank you guys. I wanted to just kind of highlight that here. This has been something that's been on my mind for quite a bit of time. Jumping into the first topic here for today, I want to touch on Future Fest, which just took place here earlier today. So this was a free virtual farmers market event here that anybody could join. They had music events, they had NFT projects representing, and it was just a really great time overall. So what I'm going to do is just kind of roll some B-roll here, showing you guys my personal experience. I was able to see other content creators out there in the metaverse. And again, it was a really, really awesome time there. And so moving forward, I am going to be pushing here and doing what I personally can to see if we can also adopt Future Fest to actually host the Cardano Summit, which, as you guys may or may not be aware, takes place in one location throughout the world. Last year took place in Lausanne, Switzerland, but if you weren't able to make it, they also had a virtual attendance or a virtual event. So I'm going to be pushing, if I can, to see if we can actually get the Future Fest team to host it this year. Again, the environment was extremely awesome. The graphics were high. There was no issues with my connection. They even had DJs, they had rides. It was a really interactive platform. This was the first time I actually did anything like this, and I really felt like I was in the metaverse. They had meetings with Farmer Nash, who is a builder here within this ecosystem. They had the Veggiemates showing how to create their NFTs and just so much more, right? And I also want to highlight the fact that I also use this as an opportunity to have my very first live stream. So thank you to everybody that showed up. There were so many of you guys that showed up. I really do appreciate it. It was an experience for me, really learning how to multitask, but I did enjoy it. And so let me know if you guys want more live streams moving forward. I was actually planning on doing some on a regularly scheduled basis, potentially on the weekends, maybe the Saturday or Sunday mornings. But let me know what you guys think. Again, really want to kind of get more into the habit of providing you guys some raw feedback and just having a kind of personal connection here with you guys on the channel. So just my take there when it comes to the live streaming. But again, just wanted to shout out and start things off by just stating how much of a blast I had personally when it comes to the farmers market, which again was hosted by the Future Fest team. That is going to wrap it up there for the very first story I wanted to touch on today for our Cardano scoop. Next, I want to jump into a story here surrounding the Genius Yield protocol. Now, if you guys are not familiar with Genius Yield, they're going to be they're going to be an order book style DEX building on Cardano, and they're currently planning to release their DEX on their testnet as a part of this quarter. Now, we saw them release their staking Dapp, which allows you to stake the Gens tokens as well as their NFTs directly on their protocol. On top of that, they just integrated the NMKR token as well, and they're now going to be integrating a third token, which is going to be the NuNet token. So it reads here, Genius Yield is excited to onboard NuNet Global to the Genius Yield staking Dapp. Holders can now create a locked 3-month staking vault with 6% APY. And if you want more additional details, they've got a fully dedicated article listed down below with a link to their staking app. Now, if I jump over onto the official NuNet website here, let me just quickly break down exactly what this platform is aiming to bring. So it states here, NuNet is building a globally decentralized computing framework that combines latent computing power of independently owned compute devices across the globe into a dynamic marketplace of compute resources, individually rewarding via tokenomic ecosystem based on NuNet Utilities token or the NTX token. So they're going to be basically tapping in to all of the dormant computing resources that are available across the world, and therefore distributing that in a decentralized manner in order to allow for people to benefit from that dormant computing power. Now, I'm going to do a little bit more of a deep dive here, particularly focused on NuNet. And so I'm going to be touching a little bit more on exactly what this particular protocol is going to be bringing to Cardano. And so when it comes to the official NuNet solution, it states that they're going to be building an open source platform and protocols as well as open APIs and blockchain integrations tailored to run the complex, geographically distributed computing workflows, Internet of Things implementations, and business use cases. So again, really leveraging the community power, given the fact that all of us, right, probably have some kind of computing machine, whether it's a laptop, a phone, an iPad, that is available to provide computing power to somebody else that may need it. That is going to wrap it up there for the second story for today's Cardano Scoop. Moving into the third one here, I want to touch on NMaker or NMKR. Now, this particular platform has been providing quite a bit of updates here over the course of the last few weeks. Most notably, we've seen their integration of AI into their documentation as well as into their support ticketing system. And so now we've got a major upgrade here surrounding the fact that you can now use DJED to pay for NFTs on the NMaker platform. So not only can you use NMaker to mint NFTs and basically choreograph everything that you need surrounding an NFT collection, but you can also use them for their minting service. And so if you have an NFT collection that you're going to be minting out and you want basically for people to pay with ADA or DJED, you can now do that. Now, you might ask, what is the actual benefit of using DJED versus paying with ADA? Well, for example, we've seen with NFT sales, for example, like the Cornucopias team, right? They basically take a snapshot of the value of ADA prior to the actual NFT mint. And this is being done in order to make sure that if the price of ADA goes up or down right before the mint, that users are not affected by that. So you could potentially have an NFT mint where, you know, the price is set at 100 ADA, but if the mint price, or if the mint actually takes place 2 to 3 weeks after the mint price is announced and the price of ADA falls down, well, you may need to actually charge more for the mint. Whereas if the price of ADA goes up, you would need to charge less given the fact that the price of ADA has appreciated. However, if you're using a stable coin like DJED, that value will stay the same no matter the fluctuation of the ADA price. So a pretty cool feature here and an additional integration for the DJED platform. If you guys are not familiar with DJED, they're going to be an over collateralized stablecoin that launched on Cardano in February of 2023. We've seen them integrated into AADA Finance as a part of their fourth governance proposal, where they now are accepting DJED as a form of collateral. On top of that, we just saw DJED integrated into the Liquid platform or the Liquid protocol, where you can also lend and borrow using DJED and Shen. And so in closing up this update here, the official tweet reads, "We've integrated DJED, a new Cardano stablecoin released by the Cody network." They've also got a link here to a fully dedicated article released by Cody, which has been doing integrations across the Cardano ecosystem. And so I'm not going to break this down here in this particular video. I'll probably do a dedicated video surrounding DJED and Shen rewards, given the fact that we're now going to be seeing the second round of Shen rewards coming out as well. Now, I want to quickly touch on here the fact that the DJED protocol now has over $16 million in terms of TVL on Cardano. So we're seeing greater adoption for DJED across these different protocols, which include NMKR, LQ, AADA, and we're also just seeing more people actually mint DJED as well as Shen. So if you guys are looking to earn as a part of the minting and burning fees of DJED, then you can pick up some of the Shen tokens and you can actually earn some passive income that way. Now, keep in mind that all of this does include a little bit of risk, and so make sure you do your own due diligence here before participating in DeFi. Now, the next update here that I want to mention is going to be surrounding NMKR as well, and this is going to be a feature surrounding a blacklisting update. So I mentioned that they are going to be a platform that provides NFT minting services as well as the ability for you to create your own custom NFTs. Now, if there's a bad actor or a particular wallet that you know that you don't want associated with your NFT mint, you can actually go ahead and actually block that now. So let me know what you guys think about this feature down in the comment section below. Some people would argue that because we're in a decentralized environment, that everybody should have their fair right to mint an NFT collection. However, I could totally understand this being useful if you've had somebody who maybe violates your community rules or your community guidelines that you don't want minting your NFT, and you want to be able to somehow prevent them from actually doing that. So it reads here, blacklist. You can now prevent known bad players or actors from minting your NFTs. You can now get started using the NMKR docs listed down below. Again, we need to kind of figure out, what the sweet spot is. Is this something that is okay? Is this something that should be worked on within our community? My personal take here is that since this is a personal platform that you can decide to use, it's not something that actually you have to use, right? That it's good to have, but you may not always need to actually use it. So let me know again what you guys think down in the comment section below, but it is a new feature that we are going to be getting here within the Cardano ecosystem. The last update here surrounding NMKR, as we are on a roll right now, is going to be surrounding support for a brand new wallet. So if you guys are not familiar, the Vesper wallet is going to be a brand new light wallet that was just released on Cardano, and they're now going to be integrating support for payments using Vesper. So if you guys are on the go and you want to participate in an NFT mint, you can do so using the Vesper wallet, which will now accept payments through NMKR. So pretty cool and quick, simple update here, but the tweet reads, we've officially integrated a new Cardano wallet into NMKR Pay called Vesper, making buying NFTs even more accessible. Again, they've got a growing list of supported wallets, which includes Flint, Vesper, Nami, Typhoon, Yoroi, Giro, and I believe they're also going to be integrating Lace here very, very soon. So great updates here from NMKR as they continue to build and push the space forward. The very last update I want to touch on here for today's brief Cardano Scoop update is going to be surrounding NFTs. Now, I recently released a video here where I was talking about the fact that the Cardano NFT market is currently facing a bear event where we're seeing little to no liquidity entering into the market. Well, if this provides you guys any more assurance, we now are seeing very similar activity within Ethereum. So shout out to Melon here, which has popped up here on Twitter, and he's been extremely active within the community, providing great insights and metrics to really capture users' attention. So this particular tweet here captured my attention, but it reads here, unique daily NFT traders on Ethereum went down from 61,000 unique traders last year in April, where we had a pretty big NFT hype cycle, to 6,500 on yesterday or on April 19th, which is almost a 90% decrease. Again, this should provide you guys a little bit more reassurance here, given the fact that we're not just seeing a bear market in Cardano, it seems like we're seeing a bear market across the entire NFT space. Again, I think a lot of this is contributed to the fact that we're seeing that the space is extremely oversaturated. And I mentioned this before, that there is a low barrier to entry within NFT projects. So I think we really have to raise the standard. We have to demand more utility, and we really have to step away from the PFP scene, which again, I know that a lot of the new projects are trying to do that, but a lot of the OG projects were really founded upon that, given the fact that they were kind of the first iteration of NFT. So as NFTs mature and as they grow, we will be seeing additional iterations or versions coming out. And hopefully as those new versions come out, we're going to have more utility, better teams, and a longer roadmap and a longer road plan for these projects coming out in the NFT space. That is going to bring us to a close here for today's Cardano Scoop update. I hope that you guys found it to be useful. As a part of this update, we broke down updates surrounding Future Fest, which took place on April 20th. Following that, we talked about Genius Yield and the fact that they've now adopted the third token, which is going to be the NuNet token within their staking Dapp, as well as NMKR adopting a blacklist feature and adopting the Vesper wallet, as well as DJED for payments on their protocol. In closing, we touched on NFTs, which have also seen a decline on the Ethereum network. If you guys found this update to be helpful or insightful in any way, shape, or form, I would really appreciate it if you guys could tap that like button. It really does make a difference here, given that I'm a single content creator, and it's one of the easiest ways that you guys can show support here for the channel. If you guys want more content just like this, consider subscribing to the channel. And if you guys have any questions about any of the topics that we covered today or Cardano in general, then make sure to leave a comment down below. That said, and as always, I will see you guys in the next video.